It's like, acid? Or... And then in his other hand, he just has, like, an actively lit Molotov cocktail for no reason.
Let me put it this way. Potentially full-scale war.
And you see him turn around and he puts the acid back on the shelf and he just throws the cocktail across the room and he goes, "Wonderful!" Laya.
I don't really think there's super anything in particular that I would want to be doing. I guess still just I'll continue running through drills with Buttonhead to make sure his sword skills are up to par.
I do not have them right now, but I will finish them up before next session. You would get a letter back from both of the people that you have sent them to. Actually, all three of the people you have sent them to.
Who's the third?
Luke, Pace, and Avram.
Oh, I did. Did I send a letter to Avram?
You did, to send back home.
Oh, shit. That one. Great.
Anything that you want to be doing in this time at all? Anything else you want to be focusing on or trying to do other than dealing with Buttonhead?
I guess in my spare time, I'll make use of the library, and I'm interested in looking at like the history of the world and like lineages to see if I can find out like if my world was before this one.
Go ahead and give me an investigation or history. And go ahead and give me whichever one you choose with advantage.
It's a good thing I got advantage because the first one was a nat 1. But my history check is a 27.
So, you spend a couple of days in the library with Octavia, who is very happy to assist you. And also,
how old is she?
She is seemingly like in her mid to late 30s, probably, from your guesstimation. Unless you wanted to actively ask her, and I can tell you how old she is, but
Nah, it's okay. I was just gonna flirt with her if she was around my age, but never mind.
shocked. You have a pretty good direction, and with this place being as encompassing as it is, you start picking up on some things, and you really start to narrow it down, and like hone in on what you're looking for specifically. You find a good system of it, and you do find your family name. And with as high of a roll as you have, you also find some information about it.
Uh-oh.
You know that this has been like the stuff that you are looking at are very, very old. 100+ years old. But you find that where that is in the world still exists. There is a castle that, as far as you know, at least according to the records as they were, should still be standing and had no rightful owner, but you are sure by this point it has been taken over.
Does it say where it is?
It does. It is in the northern realms of Bexcor.
Interesting.
X-Core, what's that? Some kind of taiga?
It is some kind of taiga. Haha. Anything else?
No, I think that's it for me.
Okay. Orlo.
Yeah, Orlo heads to Finnegan's spot and waltzes on in and scopes out the place to see if he's around.
He is assuredly around. He almost never leaves the central tower. As you can tell from your first interaction, he is not much of a people person, and he is strongly encouraged to stay in this relative area.
Yeah, Orlo would probably just shout out to him, like, as he's walking towards him, and just be like, "Hey, Finny, I got some time to kill."
And you see him like kind of snap up from whatever he's reading as he like kind of recognizes your voice, and he goes, "Time to kill. Oh, wonderful. What can we get involved in then?"
Well, speaking of that, there may be more than just time to kill. We got some things coming up, and I didn't know what you might have in the way. I know before we were looking for subtle things, sleeping potions and such, the charming and such. I need to be a little bit more aggressive. Got anything in the way of that?
Aggressive. How much more aggressive? Are we talking? And you see him like turn around and like shuffle through the shelves, and he like grabs a potion, and he's like, acid? Or, and then in his other hand, he just has like an actively lit Molotov cocktail for no reason.
Let me put it this way: potentially full-scale war.
And you see him turn around, and he puts the acid back on the shelf, and he just throws the cocktail across the room, and he goes, "Wonderful!"
I love this.
Orlo does like visibly light up.
You see,
Is it because the Molotov cocktail hit him, or
you see multiple people like on the other side of the lab, like freaking out and trying to like control flame and put the fire out, like picking up broken glass of the shit that he knocked over, and like just like you hear them like whispering and like looking over and being like, "Oh, shit,
and Orlo just continues to await to see what chaos is about to be brewing.
Go ahead and give me a d20 with your wisdom modifier.
12.
Actually, and your proficiency. What's your proficiency bonus? Should be 2, 3.
4.
Oh damn, that's
so
right.
16.
So 16. Okay. Is there anything in particular you would like to be focused on? Like, is there something you were thinking in mind, or just something to actively help you guys?
So as he's like rummaging around, I'll be like, so we're going up against, well, I won't say who, but they're kind of powerful, and we have our things, they have theirs. I know they have potentially a whole military to come up against us, and I guess anything that might help us in that scenario. The acid wasn't a bad start, and I like what you did with the fire there, but we might need something a little bit bombastic.
I will give you two choices here. Do you want to go more down the route of explosives, or do you want to go more down the lines of like something more like the Molotov cocktail?
Well, I mean, it's worse, so probably explosives.
Okay. Okay, I will work on that for next session, but I will come up with something that's focused on that. What else does Orlo spend his time doing over these next couple of days?
Probably like seeing if he could, like, I guess, look around the market for ingredients for potions, just so he's prepared with any additional sleeping potions or healing or sleeping potions. I think I have 5 potions of healing, but I think I'm out. Oh, and 2 greater healing. But I think I'm out of sleeping potions. I don't know.
Go ahead and give me another roll with your proficiency and wisdom modifiers.
That is 25. I rolled a 19. Yeah, 25.
You can add 18 potions in any combination that you would like. If you want sleeping potions, healing potions, whatever they are, to your list. You can find everything you can find here, and between that and the stuff you get from Finnegan, and the stuff that he would just actively give you. You have a fully equipped lab. You have everything at your disposal that you would need.
Okay.
Well,
I will
like
do that
that
for
idea.
next session.
I like that idea. I'll give you all the healing potions, all the sleeping potions, whatever you want, any combination. And Zam writes down 18 alchemist's fire.
Okay. Anything else that Orlo would be doing?
Nope, he's just cooking the whole time.
Okay. So your uncle shows up, Emmerin, with his entourage.
Fuck.
And he looks at him and he's like, somebody cooked here.
He comes in and sits down with the group of you and Giller. You see Alondra and him kind of exchanging some niceties as they come in. Your uncle comes over and gives you a big hug.
Emmerin hugs him back. It's good to see you, old man.
Nice to see you too, boy. How are things? I was surprised to have somebody reach out like this.
Well, it's not sure how to say it quite. I guess I just got to say it because I know you work for the church or something adjacent to it, and we're kind of wrapped up in some shit with them, and I guess I need to see where you stand.
Give me a perception check.
Perception, bang. 25.
Okay. You see him kind of shift a little uneasily. You see the rest of the party kind of like get a little bit more quiet. Like they were kind of chattering between the group and just talking whatever between you guys, and they kind of like all get a little bit more silent as they see Devlin shift uneasily. And he looks at you. He goes, What What seems to be the issue?
Can I insight check this? Like, am I getting the sense that he knows exactly what shit we're wrapped up in? And
You're sure by this point that they at least would have an idea something was going on. And with your perception, again, he seems uneasy, but you can't tell if he definitely knows what is going on in terms of like this is what's happened, or if he is just reacting to the sense of what is happening within the church, like everybody freaking out and things like that. But you definitely know that with his position, they largely are on the outside of things and hunt creatures and monsters and things for the church. It's more of a working relationship than they believe in the church itself.
Gotcha. Well, Dev, we've never been the types to beat around the bush or fuck each other about, so we might be throwing down with the higher ups of the church pretty soon here. And my friends aren't really sure if you're going to help us or not, because we are not quite sure how deep you're in. I think you're my uncle and you'll do right by me, but I guess we need to know.
Well, I guess, are we taking the whole church down? Are we looking at some people? What's the...
Yes. And he throws his arms up in the air like that, and he just sort of his Devlin's head is like, I knew it. You would be on board. We're putting the whole place to the ground, Uncle. It's gonna be so great.
I'm gonna be honest. I'd love to keep the paycheck. It's quite good. They've given us a lot of great shit. But come on. Do you really think I believe in them?
Not when you got enough of you that's this cute.
He just kind of like, he grabs like, he muscles like your hair up on top and just fucking like shakes his head at you. And you see the rest of his party kind of like relax a little bit.
Roland's, can I roll insight on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, an 8. Seems fine.
Everything seems great, man.
Seems fine,
It
dude.
seems fine.
It's a heartwarming reunion between an uncle and his nephew.
You guys sit, have some drinks, talk a little bit over the evening. Emmerin, how often are you checking in on your brand?
Oh, how long does it? I think it lasts until I stop it. So
Correct. But is it like, I guess this is my question, because
yeah.
It's very there's not a lot of details about them, and I guess, is this something that you feel like you have to like actively think about and know? Is this something that just kind of like is something you always know?
Just want to see what the spell says.
Yeah, that's I was also just reading it because like again, it's very kind of open to what it is. So I just want to know what you specifically think that it is.
It says you always know the direction to the branded creature as long as it's on the same plane, but like I feel like you have to think about the target in order to.
Right.
Like I can't imagine it's always just like a fucking ping in the back of your brain, right?
Right.
So,
It's not like a sonar or something. It's just like
fuck, I have to kill this guy eventually. This is driving me crazy. No, we'll see. Yeah, we think about him probably, probably every couple hours.
Okay. So after
Someone's got a crush.
yeah, on you.
Did you see that man's ass? How juicy it was.
After a few hours pass of you guys sitting and drinking, you reach out and kind of just check in, and you notice that your brand is moving back towards you.
So I'll kind of You have my feet kicked up on a table and drink in my hand kind of thing, and then I'll stop, close my eyes for a second, and just open them suddenly. They're on the move. They're coming back.
Is there anything that you want to do at this point, like as a group?
How far away are they?
They've barely left Brackercord at the point where you have just checked on him.
All right. In that case, I'm going to keep a firm mind's eye on that for the next little while, so we know how fast they're traveling, how much time we have.
I'm going to say that this starts happening at like the beginning of the third day,
Okay.
and by the end of the fourth day, they are approaching the city, like closely.
Okay. I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Based on how fast the mark is moving towards us, can I estimate whether he's traveling alone, part of a small contingent, or a part of a large army?
You wouldn't know exactly, obviously, but you could have a relative idea based on speed. And he is moving. He's moving slower than you would imagine an individual would be moving, but he's moving faster than like an army contingent for sure.
Okay. So I'll relay that to them too. That yeah, he's moving fast, but not as fast. He's not by himself. He's definitely going to be part of a small group. Could be the group wants to come to talk.
Roland goes and alerts some of the assassin guys to see if they can go and scout and come back and see what they say.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great thought. Go ahead and give me just a persuasion check and see how willing they are.
All right, boys, this is what we've talked about.
Can I give him the help action and like help him do never mind, he doesn't need it.
A natural 20
Hell yeah,
for a gentleman's 27.
Wonderful. That's the third one tonight? You guys are fucking awesome.
No, that's the first natural 20
for you, but I mean like
well.
the group of you guys have rolled a couple.
Hell yeah.
You spent a couple of days with these guys at this point now, just kind of like going through shooting the shit, and you notice that these guys are much less mages that do assassinations and much more assassins that learn magic. So you have a little bit more of a relatable side to them. You've gotten in with good terms. You've drank with them, played cards with them a little bit. And
yeah, how much money should I deduct from my?
We'll call it even over the course of the 4 days. And the group specifically that you've been talking with a little bit more, certainly we'll go take a look at that. They head out, they come back a little bit ahead of the group, and they're like, you're not gonna like this.
Oh, what's not to like?
They've sent a message, I believe is the correct term. It's not anything to worry about, but it's going to be. As the evening of the fourth day finally approaches, you see this horse-drawn cart approaching the gates with one guy sitting on the top of the cart, dressed in religious attire, things very normal for the church. And drawn behind is a large wooden X, basically. And Emmerin, your brand, well, the person that you branded, is chained to this X.
Ooh.
And he's been stripped naked. You see that he's been flayed, cut, everything, and he is actively being fed on by like, vultures, basically. And he's still alive.
See, I told you they didn't give a fuck about their people.
Those guys really should have cut that guy.
If he's still alive, I'm just gonna go up to him and kill
Yeah.
him.
Wait, stop. Hold on. Stop. Roland's going to lay on hands.
By the time you make it out there, the cart and the guy that was driving it have just kind of left him sitting out there. So you actively can do that. How much do you want to give him?
Let's see, man. I'm trying to see what my goal is. Ooh, I can give him up to 50, so I'm gonna give him 25.
Okay. You heal this man for about half of his normal hit points. So he actually goes from looking very like on the brink of death to kind of like actually being able to breathe. Like he kind of snaps. You see his breath kind of slowing back down to a more normal pace rather than being ragged. He's like, thank you.
Let's get you off. Come on. And Roland starts to unchain him. And he's going to walk him toward the church.
You didn't check for traps, and it explodes into a punji pit. No, I'm kidding.
I'm immediately killed. If only I had 26 remaining points of lay on hands, I would be able to survive. Unfortunately.
As you kind of get him down, you throw him over your shoulder, and you're kind of walking towards the church, and he just looks at you guys, and he goes, I thought that they were right, but everything's going to hell. I don't know what your plan is, but
We got a big fucking problem.
I don't know what your plan is, but they're going to be ready for you.
That's funny. Come on, bud.
And I think that's just going to be a great place to call it.